Water, earth, fire, air. Together, they lived in harmony. Until they lived for so long they gave birth to a fifth element. Garbage. Yeah, too much consumption leads to too much garbage, and no, I'm not gonna lecture you on consumerism, but today's anime is about garbage. Pretty interesting, right? In the world of Gachyakuta, the rich discard anything that is unclean. If something is slightly damaged, just throw it away. Why fix it when you can get a new one, right? But what should one do when there's too much garbage? Reuse, reduce, recycle? Nah, that shit's useless. Just throw it all away to someplace so it's not your problem anymore. Fuck the people that live there, to be honest. Meet Rudo. He raids trash before it's thrown into the pit and finds anything still working or fixable, then sells it. One day, while dumpster diving, the gods spot him. He throws trash juice at them and tries to escape, but they lock the gates and start shooting. He dodges and escapes through the vents.
Among Us! Among Us!
The rich live in their polished city, while tribesfolk, criminals or their descendants, are stuck in the slums. Rudo's dad was tossed into the pit for being a criminal, the place where all trash is thrown. And as a dumpster diver, Rudo could be next. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of with the gods here. If everyone kept raiding the dumpsters, it would be a pain in the ass to deal with. Back in the slums, he sells his finds but gets bullied for dumpster diving. Bruh, you're literally the same as him. Why discriminate? At least he's making an honest living while you're doing nothing. It's just like real life. People find reasons out of their ass just to mock you for being different. My bad, that was corny as fuck. He's saved by his crush, Chisa. She likes a plush that he found for her, but before he can say anything, her mom takes her away. Back home, his foster father, Recto, patches him up. Recto tells him to confess before it's too late, so Rudo goes after Chisa to give her the plush, and to keep things short, they confess their love and stuff. Rudo's excited as fuck. He wants to go home to tell Recto about this. But when he enters the house, Recto's murdered by a masked man. Rudo tries to fight, but yeah, he's just a kid, so he gets his ass beaten. Recto's on his last breath and tells him,
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
The gods barge in, accusing him of killing Recto, so they drag him off, even though Rudo tries to tell them otherwise, but they just need an excuse to toss a person of the slums into the pit. Everyone's watching as he's being thrown. Rudo spots Chisa, and her words are, before he's thrown, he sees the masked man in the crowd. He swears revenge on everyone watching. That's terrible, but you can't fully blame Chisa. She knew how Recto raised Rudo after his dad was thrown into the pit, and now people say Rudo killed him. She's still a kid. I know he didn't deserve it either, but whatever, I'm not an expert. But I have some questions. Is the masked man his father? Or could it be that his father was thrown the same way without any real evidence? Who knows? Rudo wakes up. Yeah, he didn't die because he's the protagonist. If he did, the anime would be over. He's surrounded by garbage. Suddenly, a monster appears. He's scared as hell, starts running, but more of them show up, surrounding him. They're made entirely of trash. Or you could say they're trash. He keeps dodging and running, looking for somewhere safe. He wonders if somewhere safe even exists here. He starts vomiting blood and is about to give up, but remembers he needs to avenge Recto. He spots a metal pipe, and he's reminded of Habib's wise words.
Bring King Kong. If he can make 155, I'm gonna fight with him.
So he fights. He dodges attacks and gets wrecked. Just as he's about to be crushed, he slices one in half with a piece of metal, and it explodes. Where the fuck did that come from? What the fuck? You ever seen garbage exploding? Or maybe I'm not informed enough, I don't know. He keeps fighting until he almost passes out. That's when a guy with an umbrella shows up, beats him up for no reason, and then puts a mask on him. Rudo asks, what's going on? Where are they? But the guy says nothing. He asks again, nothing. He asks a third time. An umbrella dude crashes out. The noise brings more monsters, but the guy locks the fuck in and wipes them all out with an umbrella. A fucking umbrella.
Killed 3 men in a bar.
A pencil, sir.
Fucking pencil!
He introduces himself as Engine, a cleaner whose job is killing trash monsters. Engine restrains Rudo and drags him to a truck stop. The locals seem friendly until they realize he's a spherite, people from above who throw trash down here. By the way, the place where Rudo was from is called the Sphere. They capture him, planning to sell him and force him to eat trash. But Rudo's had enough. He bites off the guy's fingers and crashes out. Holy shit, is he fucking Mike Tyson? his power kicks in. He grabs a chain, turning it into an enchanted netherite chain. Engine watches. They snatch it from him, so he grabs a wheel, and it enchants too. Watching this, Engine gets turned on. Wait, why did that sound like Engine gets turned on? In this world, givers can grant power to an object they've cherished, like Engine's umbrella. Rudo's different. Anything he touches with the gloves Recto gave him becomes special. Rudo beats the shit out of these guys, but Engine stops him from going any further. He tells Rudo that he brought him here to see if his powers were real, and now offers him to join the cleaners. Bruh, imagine you're on a hike and you fight a bear that injures you, and then some person saves your ass and takes you to some weird people that wanna skin you alive. And when you fight them back and get out of there, the person goes, "Oh, I was just testing your survival skills, you're pretty good. How about you work for me? I don't know about you, but I'd just make out with him right there. Spread love, not hate, right?" After that, Engine takes Rudo to the doctor. The doctor tells him he should be thankful that Engine pulled him out of a place no one ever steps into, and if he had stayed there any longer, he'd be dead. Once Rudo's dismissed, he thanks Engine but repeats that he just wants info on how to return. Engine reminds him how spheroids are viewed down here, like at the truck stop, and that no information comes for free. They grab food and Engine explains the power system. Emotions down here are called anima, which turn into energy that can spawn trash beasts. Only vital instruments infused with anima can hurt them, and only givers like Engine and Rudo can use them. Cleaners are just givers with the job of clearing trash and trash beasts. Engine doesn't know how to get back to the sphere, but the cleaner's boss might. He hands Rudo money from selling his spheroid clothes. That's how he paid for the doctor and food. Then tells him to wait while he meets Rudo's trainer. Hearing all this, Rudo's pissed. Suddenly, a cat snatches the money. Rudo chases it and grabs a stick to catch it, getting the cash back. But the stick belongs to a guy named Zanka, who knows Rudo's name and confronts him for taking someone's valuables. The situation's about to get heated, so Rudo tries Recto's advice to cool things down by making out. By apologizing and smiling. But the smile's so awkward, Zanka thinks he's being mocked. Things even get more heated than before. Zanka's about to beat him with the stick, so Rudo grabs a plunger and goes on the offensive. Zanka panics and runs, but Rudo strikes him with some shit. Turns out, Rudo's trainer was actually Zanka. He meets the rest of the cleaners, and there's this one scene in particular where he picks up a metal rod and jumps in to save the life of a dude. And instead of saving his life, he almost slaughters his generations. Almost. I could explain each and every episode to you, but what's the point? Why not go watch it for yourself? Plus, I feel too old for this anime. If I were in my early teens, I would have loved this, but I don't fancy this stuff anymore. This video was a bit different from my previous videos where I've been going at a lot of the mysteries, milking the shit out of it, every last bit of it. But don't blame me, okay? It's just too interesting. I'll probably get back to uploading more LOTM, not like anyone cares or something. By the way, thanks for the first 100 subscribers, guys. I don't know how to thank you guys. I wasn't even expecting any of it. And it might seem very little to you, but imagine being on a stage and having 1,000 people stare at you. And out of them, 100 say they liked your stuff. How does that sound? Doesn't sound so less anymore, right? Thank you so much, guys. I have literally no words for this. Anyways, enough yapping. Go do your homework. And good night.